I'm Robert Militich, Chair of the Faculty Senate and Professor of Nuclear Medicine and Neurology. On behalf of the graduates, the candidates for degrees, the faculty, the staff, and the families and friends of the graduates and candidates, I hereby declare this commencement of the University at Buffalo to be open.
On behalf of the University of Buffalo community, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Spring 2020 University at Buffalo Virtual Commencement. This is indeed a very special day for our graduates, for their families and friends, and for our entire university. We are joining you virtually because it's an unprecedented time at UB and across our society, and we remain committed to protecting the health and safety of our campus community. While the format of our ceremony may be different this year, enthusiasm for our graduates remains high. Each spring, the university's faculty, staff, and students look forward to celebrating the accomplishments and great promise of our graduating students as they prepare to embark on the exciting academic and professional paths that their UB education has prepared them to pursue. I'm thrilled to be among the first people to congratulate you on earning your UB degree and on all of your exceptional achievements to date. Your hard work and perseverance have gotten you to this point. It is because of these attributes, as well as the continued support of your families, friends, and university community, that I know you will succeed in the future, no matter what it may bring. We are so pleased that all of you could join us today for what is a truly special celebration.
Greetings from the University at Buffalo. To our guests joining us from the points across the region, the state, the nation, and the world, thank you for coming together to celebrate UB's remarkable class of 2020. Today marks the 174th commencement exercises. It also marks our first virtual commencement ceremony. Although we have never celebrated our graduates in this manner before, the essence of UB's commencement tradition remains fundamentally unchanged. Unchanged thanks to the steadfast commitment of our students to uphold UB's mission and vision of excellence. From the 17 physicians who comprise UB's first graduating class of 1847 to you, our fiercely determined and incredibly accomplished class of 2020. As you celebrate this milestone today, let me be among the first to congratulate you on your tremendous achievements. During your time at UB, you have grounded yourself in your discipline. At the same time, you have built a broad base of knowledge. You have toiled in the classroom, in the laboratory, in the studio, in the clinic. You have shared your diversity of perspectives. To age-old problems, you have proposed fresh, contemporary solutions. These actions have not only profoundly enriched our university community, they have also helped inform who you are as neighbors, colleagues, professionals, and citizens. In turn, if we have done our job, you are graduating from UB with not only a wealth of disciplinary expertise, but a deep appreciation for the role and value of public service. Education is not meant for selfish gain. It is intended for the greater good. Indeed, this is a hallmark of University at Buffalo education, that you share your enlightened viewpoint with the world for the betterment of the world. In trying times such as these, our global society needs your engagement and your inclusive worldview more than ever. The resilience and adaptability you have demonstrated during this crisis will serve you exceedingly well as future leaders of our complex world. That said, if I may offer a bit of advice, let it be this. Consider the totality of your UB experience. your professional development and your personal transformation, the connection you have made and will cherish throughout your life. Your teachers, your mentors, your peers, all of us in your UB family are so proud of you. Your UB education has prepared you for a moment such as this. In times of great flux, as in times of great stability, you are poised to navigate, lead, and make a positive impact on the communities we serve, near and far. As I look to the horizon, I see a bright future, and I see you at the center. Class of 2020, you inspire us all. I recognize you, I celebrate you, and I applaud you. You will always hold a special place in our university community. Once again, congratulations, Class of 2020, and all the best wishes for the journey ahead.
Welcome to all, the faculty and staff of the school, parents, friends, and loved ones viewing today to honor our graduates. Most especially, we welcome our graduates of the Class of 2020 to this 48th commencement of the School of Architecture and Planning. We hope you'll enjoy this delivery through the magic of technology in what this year may be a Hallmark card greeting. May you have plenty of bandwidth. What an extraordinary time to gather for a ceremony of commencement. What an extraordinary conception of gathering we have been required to adopt. The novel coronavirus has brought our world to a halt. Our lives have been turned outside in by the pandemic the virus has caused. This isn't new news to any of you, especially those who've been working under difficult circumstances to finish projects, papers, theses, exams, and all of the requirements for the degrees you are about to receive. It has been a time of dislocation, disorientation, isolation, and anxiety. For some, I am very sorry to say, a time of fear, pain, and loss. Your effort to continue your education and the work of the faculty and staff to facilitate it, despite our enforced separation, has been nothing less than heroic. The Class of 2020 will always be remembered for its courage, fortitude, resilience, and creative problem solving in the face of an historic global crisis. Today is also our opportunity to step back from the din of the current moment, reflect on all you have accomplished, and look ahead to the next steps of your lifelong journey of learning and discovery. You've tackled problems and mastered knowledge you may never thought possible. Your ideas, proposals, and projects have added to our 50-year legacy of experimentation in teaching and research. You've changed us in ways we will never forget. We learn from you. We find renewed purpose through your ways of seeing, thinking, and working. Your spirited embrace of our community as classroom approach here at UB has left an imprint on the people and places of Buffalo and our world. Thank you for your hard work, for your dedication to academic excellence, and for all you've contributed to the life and legacy of the School of Architecture and Planning. President Tripathi, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor of recognizing the School of Architecture and Planning's baccalaureate degree candidates for the Class of 2020. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you by the faculty for the baccalaureate degree of the School of Architecture and Planning.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the baccalaureate degree with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
On behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor of recognizing the School of Architecture and Planning master's degree candidates for the class of 2020. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you by the faculty of the master's degrees of the School of Architecture and Planning.
By the authority of the trustees and the chancellor of the State University of New York and the council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the master's degree with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
On behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor of recognizing the School of Architecture and Planning's doctoral degree candidates for the class of 2020. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended to you by the faculty for the doctoral degree of the School of Architecture and Planning.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the Doctor of Philosophy degree with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Good evening, family members and friends, and congratulations to the class of 2020, with a special acknowledgement to our architecture graduates. At this challenging time in human history, I especially commend your accomplishments and perseverance. It's important to recognize all the positive choices you've made along the way. Several years ago, you chose to attend UB and engage a demanding education. Demanding in the breadth of knowledge needed, art, science, technology, and the humanities, demanding in the innovative and integrative thinking required, and demanding in the work ethic involved. During your time at UB, you chose to take additional courses, gaining a minor or specialization in sculpture, computing, or anthropology. You joined or led an organization, maybe as part of the winning team of the 2018 NOMAS competition, or on last year's Atelier Planning Committee. You engaged internships in Buffalo, New York City, and elsewhere, and you studied internationally in Costa Rica, Japan, and beyond, further rounding your education. During recent weeks, as part of this grand experiment in architectural education, you chose to persist. You were not idle passengers. You were essential contributors to the recasting of your studios, to the re-scripting of your seminars, and for those of you who served as graduate teaching assistants, to the retention of a quality experience for our beginning architecture students. While I much prefer learning with you in the same space, sketching together, brainstorming together, traveling together, the spring 2020 semester, version 2.0, would not have gone as well as it did without your optimism and intellect. You will choose to carry these attributes forward. The positivity, wisdom, and creativity of architects is vital to our humanity. Not just in the design of cleaner hospitals, safer schools, and better homes, but also in the design of workplaces, civic spaces, and public art that inspire us toward a meaning-filled tomorrow. Lastly, it's important that we all choose to vocalize our gratitude. It will help keep us bonded. So thanks to the family members, friends, and partners who have supported our graduates, as well as the faculty and staff who have worked so closely with them the past couple of months and throughout their time at UB. And genuine thanks to you, our newest architecture alums, for how you have transformed one another and the department, and for how you will positively transform the world over the course of your careers. On behalf of all architecture faculty, congratulations. Do great things.
We are gathered to celebrate the hard work and accomplishment of our graduates, as well as to acknowledge the support of families, friends, peers, and teachers who have made our graduates' journey richer. I speak on behalf of my faculty and staff colleagues in saying we are proud of you. We have been inspired by watching you learn, witnessing your growth, seeing you develop hopes and dreams and visions, and knowing you are preparing yourselves for exciting careers and lives ahead. You are planners, you are builders, and you are designers. We have given you the foundation, solidified by your own strengths, and you have added the necessary ornamentation. Now you are ready to begin. Use the skills you have learned in the School of Architecture and Planning to test, retest, and validate what you think you can do. Then push your own boundaries and attempt more than you thought was possible. In this way, you can plan your pathway, you can engineer your future, you can design your life. I end with words that have been attributed to St. Francis of Assisi. Start by doing what is necessary, then do what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Congratulations.
Today, again, we find ourselves in an extraordinary historic moment. Already, there are some asking whether or not the virus has changed everything. This has been an unprecedented disruption, but to answer the question with a yes would be a grave mistake. Yes, some things may never be the same, but many things, like climate change, will remain as we learn to collectively address that challenge. The School of Architecture and Planning has always lived in extraordinary times. 50 years ago, as we invited the first class of students to the School of Architecture and Environmental Design, students protested the Vietnam War and police occupied the campus. The school has always faced challenges, one after the other. We were founded in the age of the Silent Spring, the population bomb, and limits to growth. The crisis of the late 20th and early 21st century rolled on. Vietnam, oil shocks, economic recession, deindustrialization, urban decay, and suburban sprawl, the fall of the Soviet Union, war and terrorism, the digital revolution, financial crises, the onset of global warming. We have always worked in a boil of change. The opportunity in front of us is perspective and hope as we witness world cooperation and citizenship never seen before. Some have suggested that pandemic is a kind of dress rehearsal for climate change, perhaps the most important challenge you will face throughout the course of your professional careers. The two crises bear some important similarities and differences. Both are occurring at a geographical scale that is as big as it can get on one planet. Both require forms of cooperation that strain our ordinary calculations of self-interest, let alone our understandings of mutual interest. The exhortation, "We are all in this together," has a lot of work to do in the effort to control the virus and in the project to decarbonize our economy. Perhaps even more difficult is that both crises are occurring at temporal scales that motivate us to change in different ways. Both require a long view. Both demand an imagination that connect our behavior in the present to consequences well into the future. The pandemic that seemed like only a rumor in January and February is an overwhelming reality in May. The disruption of the global environment, however, that has been predicted for decades and will literally inundate us in just a few decades more. In both cases, we will ask ourselves why we didn't act sooner. The good news is that these are the times for which you were educated. Your skills, your knowledge, your habits of mind are perfectly suited to help society meet these challenges. As architects, planners, developers, and designers, your media include the physical environment and the social systems that can improve life for all of us. Your methods bring together art and science, data and dreams, and connect the past, present, and future. Most of all, simplest of all, You are tuned to the task of making things better. That is your black bag. Just as the medical students this spring were assigned to frontline duties in the fight against the virus even before they were graduated, you are assigned to employ your toolbox now. Over the years, our faculty and students have worked to heal damaged environments, provide affordable housing, preserve our built heritage, make more efficient buildings, revive decaying cities, build sustainable food systems, open the day-to-day environment to people of all abilities, and much more. Now you are part of that tradition of problem-solving, form-giving, and world-making. Welcome to this tradition. Arundhati Roy, the Indian author and activist, has advised us nothing could be worse than a return to normality. We long for a sense of safety and stability, but history calls us to use this disruption as an opportunity to make things better, to address the unmet challenges of our world. The pandemic is a portal, Roy wrote, advising us to leave our baggage behind and walk through it to a better future. But there's one bag you should carry with you, the one with all the tools you have fashioned and honed in your time here with us. You will need them, and we need you. I join the faculty and staff of our school as we look forward to watching you succeed in the challenges ahead and in the joy you take in meeting those challenges.
Good evening, friends. I'm delighted to be invited to address you at this milestone in your educational career. For some, a first degree. For others, a second or even a third. But each one is a significant marker in your lives, dividing your personal history into comprehensible pieces. The 2020 commencement will stand out for all of us because of the uniqueness of the world at this moment. Here we all are, in our separate spaces, coming together purely through image and sound as our best proxy for shared experience. While I'm thrilled to help to mark this occasion, I find something is missing. What is that missing element? It's you, your families, your friends, your professors, my colleagues, the staff who support us all. You are here and yet not here. You're not sharing space with me as I speak to you. I'm drawing attention to this, but not to lament our circumstances, but to remind you of the vital importance of your making those shared spaces. If ever you doubt how essential the task is of planning, designing, and developing places for people, real people, remember this moment. Remember the longing you felt not only to be recognized for your many accomplishments, but to do so in fellowship with others, in the same room, and yes, breathing the same air. I trust in future that remembering this thirst for companionship will remind you of how necessary quality shared spaces are to our existence. And yet, even while we cannot share space, this moment also forces us to reflect on how connected we still are, how human acts of inhabitation of space, how our breath and our touch ties us together in ways we never gave thought to, and now we cannot stop thinking about. We are connected to each other through the echoes of our bodies in a place, even when we are not together. Subtract the fear from this moment, and there's poetry in that. We are always connected through our physical spaces to people who have come before and to those who will come after us. And here's the best thing to recognize in this strange and lonely moment. You can do something about it. Ours are comprehensive professions with expertise to tackle large-scale challenges, global climate change and other natural disasters, hunger, inadequate housing, and other human-made disasters. Our job is to design solutions. Our challenges are great now, and your expertise is being called upon. So let's today affirm the importance of making spaces for people to come together. This is a need, while also an impossibility, and yet an inevitability. The paradoxical challenge of satisfying an impossible yet inevitable need is what you will be working on as world makers in the next phase of your lives and your careers. This messy, complicated problem is what we have trained you to grapple with, and today we certify that you are ready. Look back and acknowledge that getting to this point was no small feat, all the more so this year. Look ahead and lean into your new endeavors to come. Congratulations on reaching this milestone. Well done, and good luck to you all.
On the one hand, your generation perhaps faces the greatest challenges that have faced any American generation for nearly 100 years. We began the 2000s with the September 11th attacks. 2008 housing crisis depleted the economy and forced us to rebuild. And now the current COVID-19 crisis not only has continued to affect our economy, the economy you have to enter, but also it has challenged us personally to deal with isolation, to deal with the sense of what makes us a community, and for some of us to even deal with the loss of loved ones. But I don't want to focus on the negative. What I want to do is I want to encourage you that with these great challenges always comes great opportunities for rebuilding the world around us and for rebuilding ourselves. And I say this because when I looked around the School of Architecture when it was still open in the beginning of the spring semester and the fall semester before, I saw students becoming leaders. I saw students establishing new student organizations, engaging in student activism. I saw them tackling design projects that already anticipated how these changes would need to be changed, or how these challenges would need to be changed in the future. And so I already believe that you're capable of doing this. All I think you need is the opportunity. And so I'm hoping that as you leave UB, you remember some of the things that UB has given you the opportunity to experiment with. Things like understanding the Green Code in Buffalo, New York, understanding what the role of historic preservation is for recovering the stories of women and people of color that have been lost to history, allowing for design to be inclusive, to allow for greater numbers of us within the community to exercise our agency, to understand our power. And that as you go out and you make beautiful buildings, and you're able to design them and construct them, that you also think of other ways that the built environment needs to be changed in a positive way. And that perhaps one of your most fundamental ways of doing this is by simply going out and being an active citizen, by voting, to make sure your generation gets things that you're absolutely going to need. Things like the Green New Deal, a universal living wage, affordable health care, opening up the housing market so that all of you can afford to have a house and to have the stability that will allow you to be entrepreneurs and to do the things that we're hoping you will do. And finally, I'm hoping that you will also continue your relationship with the university. And I say this as both someone who's been a student here, who's graduated, who's left and got other credentials and now have come back, both in the role of mentoring and also of teaching. Because I think that our School of Architecture at the University of Buffalo needs your input, especially after you've gone out into the world and made changes and you can bring those positive changes back. So in the most positive way, I want to say that I think the future is very bright for all of you, despite the challenges, and that I'm hoping that you will be able to grasp the opportunity to do great things. So I want to say congratulations for this immense accomplishment, and I'm hoping that you will find ways to embrace this new phase of professional growth.
Hello, my name is Gary Jastrab, and I'm president of the UB Alumni Association Board of Directors. It's my honor to congratulate you and to welcome you as a member of the UB Alumni Association. Your Alumni Association is more than 273,000 strong across the United States and around the world, and we're excited to see where your degree takes you. But before you think about what's next, I hope you'll take time to reflect on your UB journey. Remember what brought you to Buffalo, your classes and the professors that have made a lasting impression, the experiences that are uniquely UB, and of course, the lifelong friendships you made. I encourage you to stay connected to your UB friends and to the university. Your alumni status comes with many benefits and so many ways to stay connected to your alma mater. Everything you need to know can be found online at buffalo.edu/alumni. While I'm not standing in front of you on this momentous occasion, know that the entire UB family is standing beside you today and will be here every step of your journey. Congratulations on a job well done, and be sure to always keep your horns up.
As we take perspective on today, your day, and our legacy over the course of 50 years, remember that the School of Architecture and Planning is not only as relevant and progressive as it has ever been, it is also far bigger and more productive than any of our founders could have imagined. You helped do this. People have noticed you're graduating from the place that produced the Grow House that we entered in the solar decathlon competition, winning a silver medal first time out. We have received a second invitation to show at the Time, Space, Existence exhibit in connection with the 2020 Venice Architecture Biennale. Our Center for Inclusive Design and Environmental Analysis has literally invented the concept of universal design and promulgated it around the world. Our Global Health Equity Community of Excellence has produced 5 years of outstanding work advancing the interdisciplinary field of problem solving, where health is advanced ahead of economic development, not as a false choice, but as a way to think about global citizenship. And after only 50 years, we have just begun. Our alumni, nearly 6,000 worldwide, have just begun to reconstruct a fully healthy planet as entrepreneurs in practice, from industry to community to governments, from the local to international scale. Today you join them. Thank you as our next class of alumni for your service ahead. And congratulations on your commencement. As we celebrate today, do not forget all those who helped you come as far as you have. Your friends, spouses, partners, siblings, loved ones of all sorts, and your parents. Take time to thank them and to celebrate with them. We encourage you to join our faculty in a series of virtual receptions we have scheduled across our programs. We also look forward to making this moment, when it is safe to do so, with an on-campus ceremony. We look forward to the opportunity to shake your hand and to gather together again in collective recognition of all you have earned. You deserve this. For now, let's greet each day with gratitude for the gifts of life on this planet, grief for the violence we do to such gifts, and active hope for the future.
Celebrate our history and wisdom.
I hereby declare this 2020 commencement ceremony of the University at Buffalo to be officially concluded.